Welcome to part 2 of my brown paper bag cover video. Okay, in the first video I talked about stitching these together, and as you can see I have done just that, and with approximately 1/16 of an inch on each side that I left, the two together equal approximately 1/8 of an inch, which is just a really nice, you can fold it over kind of flap. Lays nicely. Alright, I've stitched around all the edges, and now as you can see I have only glued with just a glue stick. I just used a glue stick, the Tyvek, to give it strength and to hold these together. And when you're doing that, make sure that you line it up so that your bottom and your top on all three pieces of your cover, front and back cover and your spine, are at the same level. It can be a little discouraging if you are off and then one is kind of squawampish. Not that you can't fix it, but just keep an eye on that. Alright, so I am going to stitch, but before I do that, my Tyvek paper's down. I'm also going to do cut some more, and I've got another one somewhere. Anyway, I'll find it. But I'm going to glue this one down as well, right here, with my fold in this little gap, and you can feel that with your finger, the gap between your front and your spine. So I'm going to glue that down on both sides to secure that part of it, and then I will be back. Okay, now I have stitched front and back. If you can see how I've done that, I have stitched each individual square. So I stitched on the ends and also close to where the opening will be. I just wanted to make sure it's really sturdy. And this is going to give an amazing for my book. You know, my spine is already pretty sturdy. You can see. No one will ever know that I have a Michaels. Michaels, your self-flyer is in my journal. Okay, now let's bring, just for a minute, my pages, my signatures. These are a little smushed together right here, right now. Of course, when I put them in, I will make sure they go in evenly. And that's gonna be great. I've got a little bit, I've got about 1/4 of an inch on the top and also on the bottom. I've got a little bit of a lip here. So I like it when my cover is a little bit bigger than my actual book. I actually like that. If you don't care for that look, you can always adjust your sizes, of course. Okay, so the next thing that we do is I'm going to take one of these brown paper bags, and actually the size 8 or the 6 by 11.5 inches, that will make a great paper bag. I believe these were 5.5 inch that I was using, so this is just a little bit smaller, but I'm still going to make it work. Now see what I'm doing? I'm centering it, trying to center it as much as I can I don't have a ton of room, but that's okay. That's okay. So the next step that I will do is I will fold over my paper, and I'm going to glue it all down, and then of course I'm going to stitch it down. Let's just, so you can see a little bit of the process. I'm not going to bore you with doing the whole thing. And I buy these in Staples. I just buy a whole box when I buy them. I just go through this. I use it on so many different things, but you use whatever's comfortable for you. But I would recommend that you do more of a dry glue. And this will hold fine for what I'm using it for, because it doesn't have to be permanent because I'm stitching over this, okay? And just for extra stability, I'm also going to glue down some of these other places, okay? Okay, then keep on moving down, and then I am going to glue here as well. Just pull that over nicely. Okay. See, that's going to give me a nice finish of paper baggie. After all, we are working with paper bags. And I'm going to do the same on the top. Notice that I haven't even tried to trim this straight. And the reason that I haven't done that is because it's all going to be covered up, because I'm going to cut one 2 size that will be trimmed nicely, and that will be the inside cover, so all of this will not show. And so I just didn't feel like I had to do that. Now I'm going to show you just one little thing here, and then we're going to go to the next video. I want this to be short. Oh, and by the way, this is, I've had this cutting board forever, and finally the finish. This is while I was still quilting. Well, I still quilt somewhat, but anyway, that's why there's always that white. It's not a paint spot. It's it's where the green actually came off. And there's more of it on the other side, which is why I don't turn it over. Now, watch what I'm doing here. I am just turning over just a bare little bit, and I'm folding that and gluing that down. That is going to make sure that when I glue this down, you see, I don't have to worry about that flap hanging out. So that's all I do. That's nothing mysterious, nothing magical or anything like that. Just gluing, guys. Glue, glue, glue. And then when I'm done all the way around here, then I will stitch it. And we will start the next video with this all prepared so that you can embellish the front and back covers and the spine if we wish. All right, we'll see you again in part 3. 1, 2, 3.